But guys, all in all, let's take a quick look at the lobby and see what we're going to be getting today. We're almost ready to hop into the game anyway, just giving you guys a heads up on that. But aside from that, we see that both these players went for the Sengoku Ottoman ban. So Sengoku Ottoman ban, time and time again, we're just hearing, it is absolutely broken and necessary. So yes, Mr. Bart, do our introductions for us, good sir.
Okay, let's go! In the east, in the color yellow, playing the Macedonian dynasty, we got the one and only Beasty!
See, I love how passionate you are about these things. And while I set up everything, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to press the button, so let's see if everything works. And on the red side, now I have to remember, is Beasty red? Yes, Beasty with the scout, 4 sheep trailing each. And that is production, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. What did you say?
Myriad is red.
Hold up. There we go. I'm wondering if we actually have sound and the split screen. Because I didn't set up the sound for that scene. So I'm worried that it just goes quiet the moment that happens. Guys, did you hear us in that time? Because that might be the one screen that I did not prepare for. And all of a sudden it looks like, oh yes, Whamen. Okay, we did have sound. Oh my goodness. It shows you. Sometimes when we have Tommy on the driver's seat, he knows what he's doing. There's sound. Thank goodness, guys. We did it. We survived.
Well, that's good to hear. So let's take a look at this civilization. First
Oh.
time Macedonian dynasty for me today. Yeah, you see something?
I see that Myriad is red, and I realized my ADHD was so excited about the split screen that I got the players wrong. Myriad or Golden Horde in the red!
Not like Beasty's getting introduced
Oh,
twice and
no.
Myriad just like, yeah, he's in the game, but he's just follow, you know. Yeah, that's. But yeah, we got Myriad on the Golden Horde, Beasty on the Macedonian Dynasty. Macedonian Dynasty, first game of Macedonia for me today. They got a silver income. He's already on the deer as well. He's feeling the comfort, he's feeling the safety to snack on those deers and then take his sheep in his base at a later day. And Golden Horde already has this golden tent up. Already this spawns a Batu for stone in the feudal age. And collecting gold as well for the age up.
Now, with the Hippodrome coming out, there are no surprises here, because we always see this from Macedonia. They are not going to be reinventing the wheel when you already have the best landmark in the game that can spawn a lot of horses all for free. But what we're seeing a little bit differently for once is Myriad is going for our old school meta, Khan and the Tor goods from the Golden Tent. Because a lot of people have been showing us that aggressive ability of the Golden Horde is so important when you get the building cards. The building cards, it just puts you in a spot where you are able to produce stuff pretty quickly.
Yeah, and we see the age up for the Khan and the Torgods this time. It gives a discount for your Khan and your Torgods. So that means Myriad's gonna collect some wood to make production buildings and fortified outposts, because you want to place those production buildings around your fortified outposts for additional bonuses. Imperial Hippodrome come from Beasty. It spawns Scout, after that a Horseman, and after that a Readery. It's a knight variant for the Macedonian dynasty. Those champions can be bought back if they die, but you get them for free.
Now, getting into a nice little position for the Golden Horde to have the Khan out and put a little bit of pressure out here on the Macedonians is so critical. Because Macedonians, they are in such a good spot as a civilization right now. They get the free horses, or the free hero horses, and then of course you just spam all the horsemen you want. But now, he doesn't really set himself up to get the wood needed. Oh, quickly realizes, oh, going for stone here, and now I have a big question mark. Does Macedonians ever do something crazy? Oh, no, this is just one load. He just wants to make sure it is defended. But this is a fast castle.
This is pretty obvious a fast castle, like no denying it. Beasty just want to go castle and spam herdery because they throw axes at opponents and they're on horses so they can raid and they have massive amount of damage. And you got these fancy upgrades of silver for them, which increases their damage or their armor. You know, it's amazing.
And I can see why this is going to be the play here from Myriad or from Beasty, because he knows that Myriad might not be that confident in diving and actually shutting him down, because with Fast Castle you need someone who's aggressive who can actually punish you. But Beasty not taking any chances, pulling his villagers back as well. Let's take a quick look at the sheep to see exactly what that split is. It does look like he's going to have more than enough to sustain him through this time. And as we can see, the Khan trying to get a charge in there. He gets a bit of damage, but no one really going down.
Now, one villager would use damage, but maybe micro it out and put it on a sheep in your TC. Just for safety reasons, you know, and half that will be safer under the TC than out on the gold. We see the champion scout coming out now. Torquid column come back in, trying to snipe that almost dead Vil. Second Vil taking a lot of damage as well. And Torquid is, oh, nice micro by Beasty, saving that one Vil.
And Beasty just showing us why he used to be top of the top and the night god between all of it. But Myriad, he needs to break through. A very, very confident player here on oh my goodness. And now we can see the charges are going to hit a lot different as those villagers are a lot lower now. Now the Torgud's ready to suck up all the damage instead of the Khan. But the Scout, he does not get that same level of protection.
No, and Scout going down, Torquid almost going down. Keswick trying to get some damage in, but Keswick are like somewhat weaker. Oh, Champion Scout going down as well. A lot of things going on at the same time, but Myriad's getting so much damage because he doesn't have any ranged defense as of yet, and the Keswick, I mean the Torquid, not dying as of yet. 17 HP left.
He's getting quite close to it, but the Golden Horn Tower is the decision, and this is the second time we see a very defensive landmark from Beasty right in the middle of the base. Now, the problem with this is he's going to be able to defend himself against some of this, but of course the wood line is going to be open for raiding, and luckily for him the gold should be a safe place, but of course this is a very steadfast landmark that nobody can break through.
It's gonna be so difficult for Myriad now, because once Beasty ages up, it's really difficult to dive the Golden Horn Tower from Macedonian Dynasty, because they got crossbow fire, and they can garrison up to 10 villagers who can easily take those barriers for some food as well. And Beasty is gonna spam those rhetoric pretty soon, and it's gonna be difficult for Myriad to get to age up as well. And you also need to wait 1 minute and 50 seconds before you got your age up, because you're Golden Horde.
And with this, he knows that there's a timing here for him to do damage. But the problem is the timing is mostly missed when you have a very spicy tower there in the middle. So the gold secured. The tower just a reigning presence. And he doesn't need a single production building to get the one unit out that this civilization needs. And that's the Radari. And he gets his first one with the champions already waiting to accompany him. This is going to feel amazing.
Yeah, Beasty even got this crossbows coming out of Golden Horde Tower, spawn 3 times per party, and those crossbows can camp in their base and defend against those raiding Keswiks, and he can raid with his Ruddery himself. And Myriad already having issues with food, it seems, because I see a lot of units out on the map already on the south side of his base.
This is just a greedy goose move. You have to keep in mind, he had the opportunity. He's in charge. He gets to move out of his base for now. The question is just for how long. Oh, but some of these villagers are trying to secure a little bit more food. The horsemen, the Hippodrome horsemen doing a lot of work against these Torguds. Now, Torguds, they struggle a little bit in damage, but they are quite tanky. So they do take quite a punch before going down.
Yeah, we see Myriad also raiding with a party around Beasty's base, not really getting value as of yet. They're getting a lot of eco upgrades as well. First server upgrade coming in for the cavalry as well. Seems like we got an armor upgrade based on the server. We got an arsenal next to the gold vein for even more silver income. The ranking arsenal, it gives you additional silver for every gold or stone that is mined. And Beasty is just gonna mass up and trying to take that fight.
Oh, and look at that. The reason the Radari is such a disgusting unit is that axe. You get to charge in, get the damage done with these horse heroes, and they are just going to heal back up. So they're your front lines, and the rest of them, they are just there to support. The next hero is almost going to be making his way out as well. But now this is going to start getting harder and harder for Myriad to handle, as we can see him trying to get a barracks here as soon as possible. But the barracks might be so expensive. This being so far out the front, the villagers just going to be paying the price. Them desperately running back. He's got the gold for the age up, but there's going to be so many losses between this.
Yeah, 2 villagers already going down, and he doesn't really have enough protection garrison slots, so he has to pop in and out trying to save as many villagers as he can. 3rd villager going down, 4th villager going down. Yeah, already 4 villagers down, and still has to wait for 1 minute and 40 seconds before his age up finishes.
Now, luckily, with that age up taking so long, he doesn't need to dedicate any villagers to it, so they can just focus on getting the work done. But the problem is, they need to be kept alive in all of this, and it feels pretty tough to do so. Now, luckily, Beasty is only on a handful of horses here. He is not in a position where he's got a lot of food or anything. You can see resources running pretty low here. So, of course, he doesn't have that huge, unstoppable mass that we do see from the Macedonians, but he's still respecting the fact that his opponent can be out here and raid him constantly.
Yeah, Beasty has a victory on the south side, where some fields were collecting resources, and already has 2 range upgrades, so he can tank there all day, chasing those fields from the wood line as now well, keeping Myriad on his toes, and if Myriad doesn't pay attention, he will pick off some fields. He's gonna chop away and gonna back off again, and meanwhile on the top side as well, getting in only 5 garrison slots on that fortified tower, so another field going down, and the others are being chased away. Fierce coming to chase them away.
I love this. Beasty going from every single angle to try and put Myriad on his toes and being very confident about these horses taking on the spears because, of course, these horses regen health. So the Hippodrome Scout getting a little bit low, but he just wants to get more villager kills. Every single kill counts, and he does overextend here a little bit, but pulls the horses back because these things are like trucks. They do not die.
We're getting some spearmen mass right now, so 9 spearmen out already. I don't want to face them head up, but you don't have to. You can just run around circles, attack the top side, attack the bottom, attack the wood line. Meanwhile, you can already gather some relics. I don't know if there are already relics off the map, can't really see as of yet, but there should be plenty of time and even more villages going down to the crossbowman fire. Crossbows do decent against spearmen, but not the most cost efficient. But they do well enough.
Now, with this, he needs to be careful because he can lose all of these crossbows. I feel like it might be worth it for him. With him getting the relics behind this, it doesn't feel too bad at all. But we see Beasty already 8 eco kills. He is in an amazing spot. And while this fight wasn't going, he picked off yet another villager out here on the boar. And that boar is almost depleted. This is going to mean that Myriad, who had quite a bit of a good food situation, he's going to start struggling here. The tower's getting now properly fortified with the spring island placement. It just means those horse raids are going to get a little bit more costly for Beasty. But Beasty, with this control he has, is now feeling a little bit more confident to move out on the rest of the map.
Yeah, Beasty just staying in those rotary because they can throw access from a distance, so they do some decent damage against infantry. They can melee charge if they need to. They're coming back in again on the same spot on the top fortified tower, trying to find some eco kills yet again. And we are trying to chase him away, just poking and poking and poking, and slowly but surely wearing Myriad down.
And Beasty is still snacking on all these relics as 2 more get picked up. That might just be... Oh no, it's just 4. We still have 1 relic here somewhere on the map. Oh, there we go. But Beasty, he's definitely got his eyes on it.
Yeah, Myriad already transitioning to stockyards. Those are the food farms for Golden Horde. They are really efficient and really good to have. You've also got some upgrades for them. Like they can also generate gold if you get the right Imperial Age upgrade. But it's also an investment which you can put into military. So it's gonna be some defensive play for Myriad for sure. Beasty already taking this time to wall off the map so he has more map control.
And Beasty is not on any sort of timer. He's got all the relics he needs, and now he's the one who's still just massing up those Radaris. Once they get their charge done, he just gets to throw any type of axe he wants, and you can see that axes being thrown, spearmen not even touching them. And now a bunch of villagers gonna be running for their lives on food and gold here, and a handful more kills just easily going down. This is just Beasty playing in his element, feeling very, very happy about this type of engagement.
Yeah, Myriad is losing vills left and right. He's got 12 in his TC, but another one goes down. The wood line is open. He's gonna screen those vills and gonna go on top of them, kill another one. Already 19 vills down, and when all the army comes, when those spearmen and crossbows come, Beast will just run away.
Now, and you can see those spearmen desperately trying to make something work, but the problem is just, it feels constant. It is just relentless. He doesn't slow down, and the Radari numbers just feels like they keep on growing. Even though the farms are set up, the villages are not safe. They're constantly getting raided and constantly under pressure. Beasty is not letting Myriad even breathe for a moment.
And Beasty even adding in more crossbows against those Kashyyyks, so it's only pure the spearmen which are a problem, but you can just run around them. He still has some champions up, even the scout champion is being remade. Myriad trying his best, already getting a lot of stone because he got multiple Uvus, but no relics for him as of yet. And there's a shaman getting picked off by Beasty. He also wants that 5th relic, even though he already has 4.
Oh, you can never have enough. Beasty says he wants to get every single thing he can. And you can see this is a very one-dimensional unit comp of his. He's adding in something here and there. But the crossbows are all for free. Radari is the only answer you would ever need to anyone's composition here. He does respect the fact that the spears can quickly take him down. But you can see Myriad also just trying to deny that last relic that he hopes to get for himself. But these Radari, they are not slowing down.
Yeah, Beasty noticing that Myriad isn't that high in his cavalry amount. He only has a couple of Torkuts and only has the Khan. So he's already adding in archers which won't be getting picked off by cavalry. And those archers do really well with the spearmen head on. So Beasty trying to prepare a head-on fight to finish this game.
And Beasty is looking pretty confident in doing so. There's nothing right now that Beasty is thinking about like, hey, Myriad is going to make a comeback here. We have to look at Beasty's economy though. He's setting up, he's got the 4 relics in the bank, 5th one on the way now. And this is just a happy camper right here. Getting all the gold he would ever need. And now with 1,500 gold in the bank, he needs to think about some other resources as well. There's just never-ending resources for him at the moment. But Myriad is the one who needs to step out of his base pretty soon. Of course, he was out here on the map for a while, but next up is going to need to be one of these golds. And it doesn't feel like Beasty is going to allow him to do so. This looks like Beasty wants to make that final push happen, though.
Yeah, Beasty has so many resources to work with. Don't forget the server income as well. It's also 500 a minute. He has arsenals on both gold veins as well, which keep on collecting silver. He's got vills collecting gold, which also gathers silver. A couple of spearmen already getting picked off. A couple of vills already dying. And Beasty is gonna go for a decisive fight.
And quickly, just a few Bogmagirs sniping out the spears they need, but you can see these Radaris are unfazed. They just turn around a little bit, try to get a different angle, but now it's getting to that point where you can just take the fight straight up into the spears, and that's exactly what he does. Quickly sniping down the Khan, and nothing else is left for him here. He is just completely stuck between a Radari and another Radari.
Yeah, Beasty just brute force him because he has such higher army value than Myriad does. That's like a 3 to 4 times difference. Myriad trying his best, kiting with those crossbows, picking off as much artillery as possible, but the archers still trade really well into those crossbows. into those crossbowmen, and all the eco is idled out again. Meanwhile, Beasty is just sending more and more reinforcements into the field.
Beasty is now just looking at closing this out, and Myriad is probably sitting here thinking about what is next for him here. He has now lost the first game, but of course, this is still Beasty. It's not something that he is feeling too ashamed of, but he needs to think about what this means for him next. Because of course, Golden Horde has been showing us to be one of the better civilizations recently. So of course, he does need to think about what this means for him and whether he's going to be able to handle this going forward.
Oh, Myriad really did his best, and he knows he's at a disadvantage because both players are really skillful, but Beastie just has more experience in a tournament setting. And Myriad already beat Demo yesterday. That was the upset. You know, that's the word I was looking for, the upset. So he's already really proud of himself. He's also in the War Chief Cup final tomorrow, so he's got good things to go for him. And then you know, he can just play free. Like he has nothing to lose. He can just do his best and see where it goes.
Well, and we'll see if he cooks up something for the next round. Guys, let's go back into the lobby. Ladies and gents, it's time. So, let's hop on over to game number 2. All right. So, Mr.
All right,
Bart.
game number 2.
This
Let's
time,
go again.
Let me introduce the first player so that I don't get it wrong
Yes,
the
sure.
next time. Okay. So, Beastie Cutie on the yellow French. And guys, yellow is a color close to Beastie's heart. So you know this man, he is feeling confident about this game already. When you get your color, you get everything you need in this world.
Yeah, and on the east side, in the color red, playing as the Japanese. He's got the looks, he's got the voice, he's got the moves. It's not a Backstreet Boy, it's your boy, Myriad.
It's not a Backstreet Boy? You're saying Myriad is not the Backstreet Boy?
Yeah,
What
he
the
has
hell?
the looks, he has the voice, but he's not in the group, you know.
Not
You
yet.
gotta spit facts.
Now, with these two gonna be fighting it out here in the early games, I can definitely see Myriad understanding the necessity of shutting down Beastie's French. By going for this early game play, which is very standard from Japanese, you easily get to transition into your fast castle, but you also get to slow down the huge night production from the French. Beastie, he's emotionally ready for this, so pulls the rest of the villagers to get what he needs. And Myriad, just not fast enough on the fingers to get a kill, I said, but no, I just condoned Beastie's villager to death.
Yeah, that's really nice thing about the Japanese, because the barracks is cheaper, it's only 75 wood, so you have additional resources. It's 198 gold, that's not enough for your age up, it seems. Maybe take 1 bill on the other side gold. You know, you got gold on the left side, send 1 bill there.
He already did.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
Fast.
He already did. Yeah, he's so much faster than me. That's why he's playing in a tournament and I'm not. And we are taking down the mining camp, but he did have some success because Beastie doesn't have enough gold to queue a knight or take wheelbarrow. Oh, he already has wheelbarrow, but not any other upgrades.
Now, with School of Cavalry coming out, this is the sad School of Cavalry, because this is the School of Cavalry where you can't make a knight, and he knows this. He's quickly going for some wood. He's just gonna get that archery range quickly afterwards and try to punish Myriad for being this far out. But of course, now Myriad is in a little bit of the driver's seat. Myriad is in the spot where everyone wants to be. They can just go for any build they'd like. Now he is ready for the age up, and Gura Storehouse with one single villager. It's telling us exactly what Myriad is going to plan.
Yeah, Kuristura is really nice landmark because it spawns farms every 45 seconds. So it's an easier farm transition, and you already have food for days during feudal age. Japanese really wants to go to that castle age, as you said, because they got the mounted samurai to make out of the stables. They have a deflective armor, so if mounted samurai and a royal knight charge on each other, the charge get negated. So mounted samurai, really good unit.
Now, Mounted Samurais are definitely the name of the game here, and I think a lot of players, they understand that this is exactly what Japan will be doing. You can see with those spearmen, he's on both sides. He wants to make sure that Beastie is not going to be in a position where he gets any gold to make can be able to react to this mounted samurai play that will inevitably come out. Now, Beasty, he did get a healthy amount of sheep here as we go and take another quick look at the sheep counter. Beasty in the lead here a little bit. And it does mean that he's going to be okay under his TC, at least for a while. Now, what I really wanted to see is if Beasty says it's worth it to get a horseman, and he does. So getting this horseman means that there has to be investment here from Myriad. Myriad can't just say, okay, I'm going to go for a naked castle. You have to invest in something, at least just to deal with the horse.
Yeah, you're already forcing the tower, and Myriad chasing those deer away, pushing those deer to make the gathering of the deer as efficient as possible when Beastie wants to go on those deer, because there will be a lot of walking time from the middle to the deer. Horsemen going out, going straight to the gold, and Myriad just collecting resources, already has his berry outside, going on a sheep now. He's gonna have some farms coming up, he can get some wood, and he just wants to go to castle, he just wants to get to that transition.
Now, with Beastie's follow-up plan, he's got to ask himself, what can I do against this? And of course, he's going to be able to quickly get his gold back at this moment. So he has a response to it. And with 14 on food, I still believe that there might be a lot of horseplay. Oh yes, I was about to say, he might just go and quickly get his control of the gold and still go for knights. But it's a little bit of a difficult spot to try and find damage. As we can see, this is a great and easy spawn to just wall off, and now your horses need to go to the other side. But with there being multiple ones, you can see that the one is keeping him busy while the other one is going to try and find some damage, but the tower is already in the position to stop any damage from coming on through.
Yeah, Myriad already has control on the top side of his base, really wants to get control of the right side of his base as well, because you got double burn pack and berries. You got two of these big wood lines, but they're pretty far away. If you manage to wall that and wall a little bit to your TC, you got food for days. Meanwhile, we're already on 1000 food and 400 gold, so age up coming in.
Now, Myriad actually getting Japan in this whole series is already crazy enough. Because a lot of pro players are saying time and time again, this civilization is so difficult to deal with. Myriad doesn't lose a villager there, but the rest of them need to be a little bit careful here as the horses do decide that they will keep engaging. The villagers getting pulled back in just to ensure that they get a little bit of arrow fire, and one of these vills getting quite a bit lower, but the spear is in position to try and deter the horses. Beastie though, he doesn't want to have any deterrences going his way. The villagers trying to make a little bit of an angle to at least just get the gold they need, but the villagers quickly trying to repair this, popping in so nobody goes down. But luckily the upgrade will come on out and secure this tower for a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of going horseman. You got more units, you got more HP, you got more torch power. So you can idle them out for a longer period of time. And you already see Myriad having trouble with his eco. He's 1500 food on only 500 gold, and he's having so much trouble getting the additional gold in. Like, his second gold way is in the front. You don't really want to go there. Going all the way to the top is really far away, and even when fortified outpost, if you just keep torching it, there will be a moment where it catches fire and will just die.
And you can see the villagers desperately trying to repair this. The villagers standing here in shambles right now. Myriad being in the best position ever and just not able to hold on tight as Beastie is just spamming more and more units, and now he's getting a bunch of knights as well. So this now spirals out of control. Myriad, he knows he's in a little bit of danger.
Yeah, this is such a good timing push by Beastie. Myriad going for the market. This is more out of desperation because he wants to get to the next age. If he just can get out a couple of mounted samurai, he can clean up that army in the back of his base and he can put pressure on Beastie. Floating gate coming up.
Oh my goodness, but the floating gate is not something that's going to give him... The floating gate doesn't produce anything that makes his life better. These archers are just on top of him. There's nothing that he gets from this that puts him in an okay spot. He doesn't have any resources he can go on. We can see there will be a possibility of the wood line over here, but everything else is just untouchable. Now a bunch of villagers getting pulled to try and go for the berries out here. That's how desperate he is. There's just no more food for him. And now every angle is covered, and Myriad, Just like the previous game, stuck between a horse and a horse. Quick in and out.
Myriad already tapping out. Like, it was like he still has some food in the bank. He has enough wood for a stable, but he doesn't see any light at the end of the tunnel, and he just throws the game away. He's like, yeah, let's go next.
Now, I'm honestly a little bit happy to see that we do have one of the short... I think this might be the shortest game of the tournament so far. And it just shows you your fast castle into GG might just be the case if your opponent is able to produce units. So the Horseman decision definitely showing us what the right move was here. And Myriad just could not recover after that initial pressure. So let's hop on back to the lobby and see what is happening.
We're just gonna see who's gonna be able to qualify. Depending on who's qualified, you still got next week. And we're playing on 4 lakes. You want to do an introduction for...
This time, again, I'll go for the Beasty introduction because I know myself, I know my weaknesses, and Beasty, he is the man in the driving seat of JD. And I say this because, again, he's being led to play Knights. And this is a very scary path for our red player who will be facing off against him.
Yeah, and the color red playing as a nice Templar. It's that Myriad, our favorite Hungarian Brit.
I also think it's our only Hungarian Brit in the scene. So, Myriad, he's got some big shoes to fill, and that's purely his own.
That he's the only one doesn't matter. He's the best.
The best, but he's also, in that case, he's also the worst, by the way.
No, you have to think positively. You know? You only need to see... You're gonna look for ways for him to win, you know? Yeah.
Now,
see Charles.
With that Spearman, this is something I talked about a little bit earlier with this map, where people don't always go for that Dark Age barracks, because you have to send your Spearman out to one leg or the other, but you can see here that Myriad is in position to block this wall from going on up, and Beasty is already in position to deny it. But as he moves from the one spot, the other spot will get filled, and Myriad, he's gonna struggle to keep this thing at bay.
Oh, and I love how he's using his sheep to block the wall. Like, he doesn't care about the sheep if they get killed or get stuck or don't get at the base, because you're gonna go for fishing anyway. And the sheep are making it so that, oh no, sheepies are gonna run all the way. So like, he's gonna open the wall somewhere. He's trying to burn the bottom side. Spearman almost there. Is he gonna make it, or is the ball gonna fall?
You lost your voice there, Pusso, but he does make it! Disgusting! Beasty with the fast fingers getting the wall up, and now fishing in peace almost. But he does need to get the rest of the walls up. We do see the scout fully focused on the one, but the spears, they want to go for the further one. Beasty with the fast hammer action saves yet another wall. And quickly, we get another spear, but Beasty has to be fast on the fingers. The scout desperately trying to, burn through everything. But yet again, those hammers are working overtime. And the wall
do think it's
stays
still
alive.
open at the top side.
It is.
Like at the edge of the screen.
It is.
If Myriad realizes, he just can walk around it, you know. Let that field tap away and just stab him in the back.
I actually think that it might be open here at the bottom too. Because the wall isn't finished, sometimes it doesn't close off completely. Now, Beasty cancelled the pillar? Okay, never mind. Okay, alright, Twitch chat.
Okay,
they know.
It's just
Oh, thank goodness we have Twitch chat, guys.
At
but
least we have 1,000 more eyes, yeah.
Yes, thank you, guys. That's what I needed. But this villager, honestly, MVP of this game. I think we might need to cancel the set and just invite that villager to Homestead Cup.
Yeah, you can do some awesome interviews, but villagers getting bullied on the gold as well. Still, the wall's getting finished, and I don't know if he can out-repair 3 spearmen, but he won't be able to out-repair 6 spearmen. More spearmen on the way. So is this gonna build a gate? Is it gonna run away, or is it just gonna be stabbed in the face?
That villager might just be a sacrificial vill at this point, but it might just be worth it. JD now getting that poor little house up, as they are definitely going to be in need of it soon with the dock that will inevitably go down. But now, what would be really funny? I was gonna say, if he just cancels the wall and go for... Oh, but he rebuilds it quickly, getting the wall up. He wants this villager to stay alive, and the spearmen were just deterred there for a moment, but School of Cavalry coming up, and the villagers do sneak through at the top. He cancels the walls and gets the wood back. Beasty, he loses a villager, but he wins everyone's hearts.
Oh, villager down, and Doc getting burned. Doc also giving some population space for JD, so he's gonna need another house. Meanwhile, Myriad collecting a lot of wood, not aging up as of yet. Myriad probably gonna transition for his own dock, and is that a villager on the lake of Beasty? Like he's gonna take Beasty's lake and say, these fish are mine now.
And this is probably the best move Myriad could have made. He's already in a pretty okay spot when it comes to getting the gold under control. Getting the water under control, but now you gotta ask yourself, is Beasty not just gonna do what he did the last game? Now, of course, this is a little bit of a different position, as Myriad does have the spears to support him, but you can see Beasty is still investing in fishing boats. He's not feeling like this is it for the lake. He feels like he's gonna make a move and he's gonna get control back of this in due time. So, just the fishing boat is already giving us that type of information. He's not ready to give this up. And yes, the dock will go down now. But what happens next? And we can see Beasty is going to go back for that lake.
Yeah, Beasty almost finished his age up, and Myriad still has to start his age up. So he's going to drop down an archer range. And just a couple of archers going to deal with all those spears. Maybe even a JD in a man-at-arms form with cleave can do a lot of damage.
Oh, he goes for the archer, but he goes for the archer. He wants to get good old experience from these spears. I said
you can even queue a couple of those spears. I don't know why he's running. Oh, there's one spear trying to prevent that villager from getting the duck up, and Myriad's gonna go back with all the spears, trying to take out that vill. Second vill coming in as well. Beasty really wants that duck to go up, and Myriad wants to go up to the next age so he can put a military ship on the same palm and kill all those fishing ships.
Now you can see this JD, oh, there might be another dead villager here, but you can see Myriad is hoping for 2 at least. Now the villager is running for their lives, and quickly the spear will be able to catch up with that movement speed. We can see the differential is just starting to show. JD though, she's loving this experience, but we do see double dock being the play. Principality of Antioch coming out, and another villager needs to run for their lives.
Yeah, Myriad already took 2 villagers down, maybe even a 3rd villager down, getting a lot of idle time on the dock as well, and that's what Myriad needs. He needs time. 3rd villager down, last spearman gonna go down now as well, and 3 seconds. We got our first airship coming out, 2nd dock coming up as well.
And honestly, this went so well for Myriad. Myriad, oh my goodness, come on Myriad. We were just so excited about this, but no, Myriad just sacrificed 2 of his own villagers to equalize this little situation for himself. And now, the fishing that's happening on Beasty's side, it's going to turn into a water battle. And honestly, after these villagers lost their lives, I think Beasty might be in a pretty good spot to handle this.
Well, it's still Knight Templar on a water map, and they have an insane wood income. JD trying to pick up the vill, gonna queue it. No, it was on cooldown, but he will try and kill that vill, and he will succeed in killing that vill. So it's gonna be a 2-dock play for Myriad. First airship already coming out, and there's so much stuff happening now on multiple places of the map. Gold getting raided, JD raiding ships. It's a demo ship against the arch ship. You're not gonna win that. And for now, they're just poking at each other and testing each other in the water.
Now, rock, paper, and scissors is out here, but he does need to get rid of that demo, and he tries his best. Oh, JD getting a little bit of experience there as well. These ships need to be careful. With that Springald, they are in for a little bit of trouble here, but we do see 2 Springald ships coming out from Mr. Beasty on the water. Now, unfortunately, these galleys don't do too much work, but JD is trying to help to equalize this. Now, she doesn't have her arrow off of cooldown, but she is sucking on some good old experience behind this.
Yeah, Beasty opening with double archer ship, and then with the Springwell ships, so now the demo ships are gone. With 2 arrow ships, you can easily kill those demolition ships, and then it's just a matter of who can build the most Springwell ships. And at the moment, Beasty has more than Myriad, so it's gonna be really tough to defend that lake, and that Lake's gonna be so important in trying to win this game.
Now, he does get JD down, but at the same time, you have to ask yourself, is it the worst right now? Because for him, oh my goodness, there's a demo ship about to make a pretty critical connection, but not critical enough. The ship range just not enough to really make things explode, but Beasty is going for another one. And Myriad, he has to focus his attention on multiple fronts as the horse numbers will be increasing for Beasty. And you can see those horses this time is still horsemen, not knights.
Yeah, but Beasty's getting his eco kills. He already has 5 eco kills. Myriad only has 3. Those are the 3 villagers trying to get a duck up. Ship kind pretty even. Both are getting healed. Ducks of Knight Templar are a little bit better. They give a little bit more healing, for example, compared with your average duck. But it's gonna be a battle for the fishing ships. Beasty still has 5. Myriad only 1.
Now, with all of these ships, oh my goodness, he gets another fishing ship. But this is still a scary army. He has to be careful with these demos. And you can see this. He's just trying to make a play here. But every single moment that he looks away, this could be a deadly connection. So with all of this, trying to get some good shots off. But these fishing boats, they are going to be in trouble pretty soon. And all of a sudden, now Myriad looks so scary here on the water. And the numbers are just on his side. Beasty losing a little bit of focus here. Also losing a bit of the horse. But all of the military going down, and Beasty will be losing his leg.
Yeah, great connection, great connection. This pawn is lost right now. Myriad will get back with his eco account with fishing ships. It's 6 against 8 eco kills. Myriad ahead with the eco kills now. And this is really good for Knight Templar, because Knight Templar has such good wood income, because they don't have to build lumber camps. They already get the wood upgrade for free. And they also get food while collecting wood. So Myriad is in a pole position right now.
Now guys, hold on. I just need to make sure the other computer is a little bit slow. So I am going to need to sync these two up so we can follow these properly. There we go. Ladies and gents, we're back. And JD is back at that. She's also ready for a little bit more experience, a little bit more action. And I am ready to see if Beasty is going to be able to find the right amount of damage to actually shut down Myriad. Because Myriad is looking good. But he's looking in one place only.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of vills on the gold again. There's like 6 vills lost on gold already. Managed to saving the last one. 2 spears coming in. Good vill on the gold jumping into the towers. Saving his own life for now. And Myriad taking strong control of the pawn and gonna add a lot of fishing ships already.
And every single charge that Beasty gets off here just means that that's a sitting duck of a villager. You can see the army trying to gather around now. And Myriad going for yet another dock. This horseman, though, he is looking straight at that villager. And he thinks that this is going to be another juicy pickup for him. And it definitely will be. But at the same time, you can see the pressure at the top. The pressure is building up for Myriad, losing another vill here. Just not microing him well enough. JD just snacking on anything and everything, and all of a sudden Myriad's huge lead is looking like it doesn't exist.
It's vaporizing like water for the sun. Myriad was in such a pole position. He was like, yeah, I can add in pilgrims, and I'm fine with just a couple of spearmen, but Beasty already transitioned to a lot of archers as well. Manages to push him off the gold now. He's gonna run circles trying to get more value. Can even try to burn a couple of ducks. Getting chased away from the deer as well. Myriad just chunking on wood, but wood is the only thing he got.
The problem is he didn't invest in any military ships here either, so not even being able to deter the knights from this lake, it's not putting him in an... Oh my goodness, that feeling when you got the markets, you know you're a desperate man. Now, luckily for him, these villagers also gather food as they are busy chopping the wood. So it feels alright, but he does need to get some units. And you see, Beasty is just going pure archer JD. He gets the archers, he knows what he needs to do, especially with his opponent not having anything that can actually kill his knights right now.
Yeah, Beasty just going for the kill, grabbing Myriad by the throat and trying to finish him, because he does know Myriad has 2 pawns. So if he just waits and sits back, Myriad could potentially skill more than him, even with all the eco kills he already has. So he's gonna put on the pressure, he's gonna keep on the pressure, and either Myriad's gonna break or survive.
Now, with this huge army from Beasty, you guys can see the army value. It's definitely going to be a tough one for Myriad to win, especially considering those are knights. And knights, they don't really care too much about your handful of spears. They're going to go right through them. JD is also going to be able to get close and yield them, but she doesn't even need to. This is just a complete walkover. These horses are just made of paper, and even though they're doing okay against the archers, they're melting like butter, and so is JD's experience just increasing. She's about to hit level 3.
Oh, and all those villagers dying as well, trying to run away, not to have any pathing issues while garrisoning in. But there's only 15 spots in that DC, so it's elbowing who's allowed to be saved and who has to die, and even more villagers, and he taps out as well.
Wow.
I think it was a really good game for Myriad. Like, he took that pawn and was like, oh yeah, he got this. Like, he's in such a strong position, and then everything just crumbled.
Yeah, honestly, that villager I see in Twitch chat as well, that villager was MVP. Yes, yes, there was no one else that played the game better. I'm actually going to go to Beasty's room, quickly disqualify him, and just get that villager a one-way ticket to Homestead Cup. We'll have both these guys to be our casters, because that was absolutely disgusting. Definitely an amazing showcase here by the Beast and his hands on that poor little villager. Now, guys, we have match points. And we're about to hop on in. So, let's go and see what Myriad can do against the Beast.
On the left side, in the color yellow, playing as the Delhi Sultanate, we got Beasty.
Pew, 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 Delhi on the Beasty. Now, on the other side, Mr. Malians, Myriad on the Malians. Myriad, he's looked like he wants to cook. But he just didn't show us that he's got what it takes to bake that bread fully. I say that and then I see, oh my goodness, he's going for a dock with double villager.
Yeah, he's on top of the mountain, just like his base, and he's feeling confident. He's like, yeah, let's just dock it. It's skill early game, and then just roll him over. Delhi just going for the free upgrades again, because it's only need time, no resources.
Now, the problem with this Malians age up is, sure, you're gonna get the wood, but Malians is for a reason not a civilization we see on water. And I guess this is also a reason why Myriad decided to pick it. Going for something like this puts your opponent on the back foot. Your opponent is not sure what you're doing. And of course, this is exactly what he most likely wants from Beasty. He wants Beasty to be like, hey, what am I supposed to do against this? Now, we are about a minute behind the actual game time, so we are going to try to catch up a little bit, but we do see Myriad finally adding some extra houses in here. But this does mean that the age up is going to be significantly different. Now, Myriad, he is very, very far from doing that transition into the age up, but Beasty already going for the Dome of the Faith and setting himself up to get that initial production building to produce the Ghazi Raider. And I'm saying Ghazi Raider with confidence because I was wrong every other time with people going for a barracks opening.
Yeah, and Delhi has this upgrade efficient production, which is already being researched. So if you put a scholar in the stable or barracks or whatever military production he chooses, you get double production speed, so they come out really fast as well. And before you know it, you got like 4, 5, 6 Ghazi on top of your fishing boats.
And I honestly would like to see, so as far as I know, we have the fishing boats from Malians, and fishing boats from Malians, they drop off gold as well. That's what I wanted to see. Yes, we do get some gold from the fishing boats too. So it gives a little bit of an advantage compared to normal fishing boats, but still, you have Malian fishing boats. It's not really like their economy is known for the water, and it might just be for a reason.
Yeah, and Beasty already scouted it pretty early when the dock was going up. Already saw the scout of Beasty like, oh, what is he doing? So Beasty knows exactly what Myriad is trying to do. Myriad getting its age up now. Probably gonna go, oh, he's going stable already. So he's gonna fight with feudal sofas against Ghazi Raiders. That's gonna be an interesting one.
Hold on, hold on. You say sofas, but I've seen those scouts getting microed like an absolute menace. That's the problem with Beasty. You think he's gonna go for sofas, and he might. He's got the gold in the bank. Actually, he's got the gold in the bank. This man is floating a lot of gold, and oh my goodness, double stable for the man. He is looking at making this a pretty tough time. Sofas in the queue. I've seen him go for scouts against the Ghazi Raiders and just out micro his opponent so much that you would rather just lose your mind.
Yeah, and we see these boats getting burnt to the ground. Not enough garrison space inside the dock. 2 are already hiding, but there's still 3 out, so there's only space for 1 more. Meanwhile, Myriad Sofa is on the way.
Oh.
The first fishing boat's going down, so that's already 75 wood gone. Next fishing boat's gonna go down as well. No saving for him. And Beasty will just go burn down the dock then.
Now, I'm waiting for the presence of the sofas, but these sofas are non-existent, finally making their way out here, but the boats, they have definitely not paid themselves off even. We do have a galley here, or a hunting canoe, the word I've never said in my life, because I've never seen Malians being pulled out in this scenario, but the hunting canoe is out and he deters them with the help of the sofa, singular. But, of course, Beasty is just gonna go back and get his horses healed up, and then go again.
Yeah, the sofa is really important there, just to chase them away, because the guards are already trying to surround the said hunting canoe and burn it down, because the guards can just run over this water, and it's such a tight space, you can easily surround a military ship and burn it down. Yeah, the Ghazi going in again, because they got infinite help because of the scholar healing.
Now guys, I realize I messed it up again. I said Myriad and Beasty is playing Malians because it's again a civilization the man always goes for. But no, Beasty is the one on the deli. The Civ, I always ask him, why do you pick this? You always lose with this. But he's looking to change the tides. And is actually gonna take down what is seen as the #1 civilization currently. One of the #1 civilizations currently. But now those sofas getting a little bit of a surround from the Ghazis, but Beasty does need to back off. He can't just overextend like this. He does get some decent damage. Myriad, he's doubling down on these sofas and he's looking pretty confident at it. Now, what's different about his opening here is not just the dock, but it's the fact that he doesn't go for that early cow that we see from players time and time again to just ensure they get ahead economically.
Yeah, instead of the cow, he's got the dock and the fishing boats. A lot of Ghazi really low health. The first one gonna go down. The scholar also in a terrible position, but manages to get away. So the scholar's gonna heal them up. A couple of spears already, but also archers coming in from Myriad. He already has the archery range. And now a second pit mine getting set up as well. So Myriad going for much more equal advantage as he can.
Now Myriad making his way out to trying to find some villagers, and he knows where Delhi is supposed to be, out there on food. So definitely will find some damage here. And just like that, getting some decent connection. Beautiful surround. Beasty's villagers right now just paying the price. 2 going down. And another auto attack should cost him so much more, but Myriad is not optimizing that fully. He is! He gets this around and 8 dead villagers in one fell swoop. Beasty knows that he needs to do another chunk of damage to make up for that.
That was an amazing raid by Myriad, just walking around those fields, trying to trap them and block their pathing, and getting all 8 of them. Meanwhile, Beasty trying to take the sacred sites, already got 2 of them, but he's gonna need a lot more for all those dead fields.
Oh, he's gonna need miracles, because once Myriad starts getting going with all them cows as well, it is gonna be disgusting. You can see Myriad saying, hey, I just killed the vills, let me get ahead further. But we did see that before. We saw Myriad doing exactly that before, and it was tough. He was not able to close that out too well. So Beasty now a little bit on the back foot, but at the same time, he needs to find an opening to do a little bit of damage. And Myriad, he cannot be greedy.
No, Myriad has to be careful with this engagement, even though the Sofa have bonus man against the Spearmen, a lot of Spearmen, but Spearmen are just walking and not attacking, and a lot of them already down before the fight even begins.
Now, behind this, Myriad is finally starting to produce those cows, and a lot of the guys is already going down. Beasty's food is going to start getting non-existent, as we can see in the base. Beasty has got a little bit of wood here in the bank, but he's not the man who's known for early farms. So I think he would rather just be hungry than make farms at this point.
Yeah, Myriad's not gonna put on the pressure anymore. I'm gonna take a look at Beasty's base, look what he's doing, trying to find some more value. 2 cows already added in. He's decapping the sacred site as well. So Myriad in full map control, and it's gonna make a decision like how do you want to proceed?
Honestly, remember what I said earlier about always telling Beasty he should stop playing Deli because he always loses with it? This was not Beasty on the Civ. This was Myriad doing great. Don't get me wrong. But I do feel like the Civ is cursed for him.
Yeah, I think that's all the games he played against May. Like it, it left a scar.
Every single time he plays against May, I hear about it, and I hear how he keeps getting sniped on ladder. But maybe that sniping is his inspiration at playing Deli at these events. And just like that, we can see it. He's struggling right now. This is a man who's not in a happy spot. He's out on deer, just snacking what he can. But there's one more deer for him up for grabs. And there's a ton of Sofa ready to collapse on him. Behind all this, though, he was able to secure some sacred sites, get that trickle of gold in. Back onto the berries. He doesn't have any PTSD from that last interaction. But if Myriad is a smart man, he will go and cause him a lifetime of PTSD.
Oh yeah, Myriad doubling down on those cows. He got 10 villagers on gold even. He already got his eco upgrades in. He's got 700 gold a minute, so it must be producing cows from multiple mills. Like, there's no question about it. He's doubling down on his eco, just trying to outskill the Deli.
Now Myriad, he's getting to a scary amount of units here. So with those cows, he's gonna feel pretty great about that. But he still has to be careful, of course. Ooh, with the scholars being pulled, it looks like Beasty is actually looking at a type of an engagement, or at least a trade here. The archers trying their best at just focus firing all these spears, and one by one, they do get sniped out. The Sofas, they are going to be able to trade pretty well, but he does need to be careful. And Myriad is very far forward. With these scholars, he's able to heal a significant bunch, but the archer numbers do eventually get a lot thinner.
That is so difficult with the Knight Archer composition, because you can't fully engage if you have an equal amount of army, so you have to kite with those archers, but they get a lot of hits by both spearmen and horsemen, and the guards and spear just have to A move and just have to do nothing. Like, they will just kill everything in their path. It's gonna be so close. Skull's trying to out heal, and Myriad is gonna back off because he just can't win against the healing because of the mass is just simply too low. Now we got these guys, he's trying to hunt those archers because they're a little bit slower than the Sofas, and both backing off for now.
But the problem is, this trade was a lot better for Myriad than it was for Beasty. He may have lost more, but he has the ability to replace these units. He still has a little bit of eco here on the water, just ensuring that he can support that economy. With all the cows in the pens, this is a perfectly fine trade for Myriad. And he just needs to keep being active. But not right now, he backs off like a dog with a hurt paw. And he just doesn't look like the confident man with the Sofas on the board.
Yeah, Myriad has more vills, he has more cows, he has more units. It's just a matter of not taking an horrible engagement and just roll this one out. He should be able to get a point on the scoreboard for now if he just, you know, takes his space, takes his time, be quiet about, be calm, and then Beasty trying to get the sacred sites again.
Beasty is trying to make that move to just get the trickle of gold into, with everything focused on food and wood. He knows he just needs to get every advantage he can, and we can see those spearmen trying to wall up yet again. He does shut down this fishing, but the fishing is definitely, it's gotten its value at this point. Now, it was a pretty expensive investment at the start, but in the end, it does look disgusting as Myriad is just snacking on all the villagers, and Beasty might be getting, he might be getting the sacred site, but he's paying with his life. All the villagers on these berries going down, and Beasty is fast asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, getting all these notifications about the sacred site, the wolf attacking, the ghast being attacked. and not seeing those builds on the berries. And there will be a point where you realize like, oh god, they're all dead. What happened? And that's gonna be devastating.
Now, after the Sacred Sites capped, you might feel like, alright, got a little bit of control, hell yeah, brother. But behind it, there is a Myriad on his way to castle, and that Myriad is fully stacked with all the cows a man could hope for. So that Sofa composition is just gonna get larger and larger, and Beasty does not have an answer in this world. The farm transition is slowly starting, but farms, they just don't stack up to the Malian economy.
Yeah, and farms are not really what you want to see in the early game of the Delhi, because you can still get Pro Scout for free, you can get some deer in, you can go on the berries, because berries are a really good food source for Delhi as well. They got bonuses on berry gathering, and farms are just meh, if you look at that. And Grand Fulani Corral coming up.
With fully stacked cows, this is going to be a very happy beast. You can see him adding... a very happy beast. A very happy Myriad, guys. It's so weird to see Myriad on the Malians and it not being Beasty. It just feels like a complete crossover of worlds. But Beasty is also hoping to go castle. And honestly, I assume this is because he wants to go for an elephant. A singular elephant. Because elephants... He's scarred by them. I've heard him passionately speaking about elephants before and how crazy they can be. So maybe that is exactly what he has on his mind. The refuge, the answer to all his prayers. That single elephant that will rule them all.
Yeah, I also got all these castle upgrades, like all the EQ upgrades, all the military upgrades. You got the special upgrades in Compound of the Defender as well. They take time, but they are free. So if he manages to get to castle, and if he manages to survive long enough, maybe he can get back into the game, because you got a lot of resources converted in time that the Myriad has to pay for. But Archer upgrade for Myriad already coming in, Sofa upgrade already coming in, and Myriad's gonna go for the push. Will we see the age up?
Now, with the push here from Myriad, he is about to discover all the units. Let's see how confident he feels about this. And it looks like the answer is a very... Look at all the villagers running for their lives. But the Sofas do engage head first at the same time. There's a small little raid from Beasty. But all of these units, now with the age up clicking, Myriad knows this is go time. I'm not backing out now. Sofas just charging straight up forward. Archers doing their best at sniping down anything and everything that can kill them. And the name of the game right now is just the spears.
Yeah, if he can snipe all those spears, the Sofa will just reign supreme. It's just about saving those archers, not losing too many Sofas. A lot of spearmen already gone on Beasty taps. Now that's 1 point for the Myriad.
And Beasty keeps his Delhi loss streak alive. Myriad with 1 point on the board now. He is hoping for that reverse sweep so he can make it to the Homestead Cup, not as a caster, but as a player. Yeah, that's a big one. He's coming nonetheless, guys. Don't worry. You'll see Myriad on the screen. It doesn't matter which way this game goes. Myriad will be here. And he will cast, even as a player. But this is all about the style points as well.
It's
and
all
the extra
about
prize money.
personal ambition, right? You know, I'd rather be there as a player, as a caster, if I have the skill.
I see already calling out the Whamen curses in motion. Guys, calm down. Calm down. Beasty still has a lot of leeway here. Maybe he's just, you know, he was just playing Delhi, guys. Calm down. We still got time. We might be potentially going in the final game here if Myriad does not give it his all. So, Myriad on the Mongols, going in red. Say Beasty is the one who will be dead, but with him opening with an Uwu, I see a lot of Dark Age shenanigans on the way.
Oh yeah, amazing rhyme. That's a proper introduction right there. And on the top side of the map, playing the color Geno as the Chinese, it's our guy Beasty.
Beasty, our guy, you say, but this guy is very much deterred. The fish are not that interested in poor old Beasty, as we see that dock just not in the optimal place for the best. Oh, actually,
yeah, the duck is on the side because he can build a wall if he gets spear burst. That's the only reason.
And
Now,
then
of course, you want, yeah, their barracks is coming.
And this was interesting. I was wondering here for a second if Myriad was actually considering just going for a dock himself, but no. Just quickly decides barracks is the way to go. He spots the dock, he knows where it is, and Beasty, like you said in the corner, is ready for this. He's played this game before. Disgusting. Here we go.
I'm so sorry, I got distracted by my wife bringing me food, so could you repeat that?
I said the wall is coming up. The man is ready for the fight, and I think this might just be a massive investment from Myriad, though. Because now we saw how many spears he actually needed to defend this, and that was a significant amount. The difference here could be the Khan, though. The Khan is a unit that can poke the villager down eventually, so you can't just repeat this or repair this wall for the rest of your life.
No, and the Khan can shoot above the wall, so the village will keep on getting damage, even if it's just a little bit. But that's the thing that Mongol does. Like, he could have also opted to go for a dock and, already deleting the wall, remaking it from the outside, so they're trying to save that villager and prevent the spear for burning down the dock. Walls are up and villager is running away. It's gonna be the question, still a long way. Will he make it?
Now, I just saw in chat people are saying we have a remake, and I'm not too sure we do. Are you guys sure? Because on my timer, this still no. Okay, no, never mind. Twitch chat was just baiting me. I was so excited, but he did take 3 sheep as bait here. Just very quickly, taking care of all of those sheep is just gonna mean that Myriad doesn't have anything to fall back on if he decides to go for water and lose it after.
Yeah, Myriad is gonna go for water as well. Like, it's just a question about, are you gonna go open Uvu with barracks? Are you gonna go Uvu dock? Are you gonna go dock? But we see a dock coming up next to the dock of Beasty, because as Mongols you already got stone from the Uvu, so it's pretty easy to get the arrowheads on the dock, which will be a menace if you put it against the enemy dock.
Now, with these 2 spears, he's going to be able to find some other damage here as well, and quickly just poking away at the villagers. Although, Beasty, he does need to get a little bit more gold than your usual China does, because, of course, or than your usual civilizations do, because he needs to be able to make that first Imperial official. So, with all of that, it does look like he definitely got enough for the age up, and to be able to get that first Imperial official, so he is going to be a very happy camper.
Yeah, it's a nice spawn for Myriad for his aggression, having the gold vein on the same side as the dock, so he could have a massive value from those spears. Meanwhile, Myriad already taking wood, trying to dock himself, also already having a lot of gold for the potential age up. The only thing he still needs is food.
You say, you say only thing, but that is a lot of things, and instead of going for anything that's too spicy, he goes for the spiciest, level 6, and drops them straight at the dock. Sorry guys, my throat from casting, it's starting to wear down, so we are seeing the consequences thereof. Beasty though, he's under a little bit of duress here, and if he does burn down this mining camp, Myriad will be denying a little bit of gold here too. So that does feel like it's definitely worth it here for the man. Now, first Imperial official already queued up, and that is exactly what he's going to need to be able to get the gold to try and fight this. But the problem is, without any gold, he's not going to be able to make anything on water that can really fight against any ship bigger than a junk.
Yeah, and the Khan doing Khan things by shooting a villager at the wood line and putting the falcon above it. The Myriad also trying to get the bounty off the mining camp. Scout gonna attack the Khan. We have an arch ship coming out. So it's gonna be the question, can you burn down the dock before all your spears are getting killed? That's gonna be huge, or that's gonna be a huge downfall. Khan, almost 2 or 3 more hits. Is it going down already? At least it's 3.
And losing the Khan. It is so massive at this point, because losing the Khan here means that you are just putting yourself in a spot where you don't have this map presence. You needed this to be able to pick off the villages on the wood line, and it gives Beasty that breathing space that he didn't know he would get. The Doc, though, he wants to get this burning, but the problem is the arrow ship is doing good work at denying this. But the burning will begin, and he does get a little bit back from this.
Yeah, the burn was really, really important. If he didn't get the burn, he would have been in a massive bad spot. At least now Beasty has to send a veil or two to try and repair the dock, and he can build his own military ships to try and kill that veil and try to take control of the water. The dock is gonna go down, probably, and we got a new dock coming up already.
Now this, getting the double dock here behind, feels absolutely disgusting, because he's going to be able to shut down anything coming out of Myriad. The double dock play, we see it's not really doing what he hoped for, but the naval arrow slits will make this a little bit harder to shut down. And of course, getting a boat in between is going to make this even needing to be a little bit more of an investment. So one of these galleys will have to back off. But the problem is the war junk is going to do an amazing job at just staying alive.
Yeah, left dock is gonna go die, so fishing ships are gonna rotate to the middle one's dock. The closest dock at least is on the fire of the arrow slit, so that's pretty safe. Oh, Springwell ship surviving, not getting the full blast radius. Already the demo ship ready for Beasty himself if Myriad tries to get with the Springwell ship, which is coming, so it's looking really good for Beasty.
Beasty getting control of this game back completely, and now Myriad is thinking about what this looks like for him if he doesn't fight the water but rather just stay on the land. He's getting that second naval arrow slits as well to just try and not die instantly, with Beasty going to be able to run away with this water economy so quickly. Now another disgusting connection about to come on through onto the boat, but you can see he's just trying to get him as far away as possible so that there is that little bit of a delay. The naval arrow slits now is going to be doing some good work, but behind this, Beasty is most likely just looking at getting more ships on the water.
Yeah, this is the problem of Mongols. Like, they can do some Dark Age aggression, which is really fun to do, but in the feudal they just don't have the eco to back it up with more units and have the tempo and keep on their aggression. They need a lot of pressures for that, or a second to see or something. So Beast already scaling with a lot of more veils, with a lot more fishing boats. He's supervising the lumber camp, getting a lot more resources than the Mongol player, and you can see it in the amount of boats. Like, Beasty has 4 boats against 1 boat of Myriad. That's not good.
Now Myriad, he realizes, I was gonna say, he realizes this is not gonna be an easy fight on water to win, but he's still investing on the water instead of going for a little bit of that land pressure. While Beasty, he's also investing on land. And this is a massive difference here, because with this, he's quickly gonna be able to shut down anything that could stem from the water, but at the same time, he is not under duress if Myriad decides to go for some land units. Now the Khan, it does seem like it went down yet again. So this Khan, he was just not meant for the world. Keeps on dying every single time he gets a little bit of a poke in.
He can't be doing this anytime.
Oh, villager!
Oh, villager gonna die as well, being thrown into the wayside. But it's tough for Myriad to do. Like, even if you want to like go castle and go for like a Kashyyyk all in or men at arms all in, you already spent so much resources on the water, so you're already down by such an amount of time. And Beasty already has spears against potential Kasyyyks already, and you can even put up some towers with arrow slits. It's such a difficult position for the Mongol one.
Now, Myriad, he is trying to get as many boats as possible to actually make this work. But with the galley not focusing in the right spot, that connection was disgusting. And another Springald ship will go down. But we do see demo ship constantly making some amazing connections. And Beasty is just back in control of the water. Slowly but surely, Myriad's docks will fall one by one. But it looks like he's doubling down. Getting now wheelbarrow as well. But spears here, they did find a victim between it all.
Yeah, Myriad's really trying his best because it's match point, and he just doesn't want to throw the style in too quickly. But another explosive ship trying to come out, trying to take out those Springles ship is gonna get a connection with one. So one Springles ship gonna go down, those Spearman's gonna burn down that dock.
The problem is Beasty has vision on all of this. So yes, Myriad says, hey, I'm gonna try to make a play here for the water again. Actually, not even going for a proper water play, but rather just going for a fishing boat. Realizing his food is running dangerously low. This is actually saying so much about his state right now. Beasty is perfectly fine on water, getting now control back of this part of the lake, and now he's gonna be able to push out and get proper control here. Now, Beasty, he's showing us the sign that he wants this. He wants to be able to play this video game in his own house in 2 months. And just like that, Beasty putting down the pressure on Myriad's side. So even though Myriad, he was able to get one fishing boat out of desperation, he is starving behind this.
Yeah, Beasty even taking more and more eco upgrades now. He's taking the Imperial official upgrade so he gets more gold. He's taking the double board axe so he gets more wood income and already has more eco. So slowly but surely he will skill more and more and then will have way more army than Myriad can ever have. And Myriad is just holding on for dear life.
Now with that one fishing boat, he is able to repair at least a little bit of a ship to try and make this a favorable connection with the demo ship gonna... Ooh, that's not a demo ship. But the demo ship is coming here from the front and he does make a decent connection. But only again getting one. Springald ships taking every bit of fire that they do not want to take. Oh, from every angle.
That's just not enough. There are 20 spears on the field burning those docks as quickly as they can build them. They're already getting burned down, and the spear's gonna jump on the Uvu and the production next.
Now the archers coming out is a very welcome sight, because of course with the archers we have so many spears. This is just the natural answer to this, but the problem is they are a little bit too late. Those spears are very easily going to be taking down the dock, but all of a sudden some of them turning around to try and fight this instead. The dock does get set on fire, but we can see those spear numbers just reign supreme. The ship will not make it out today, and Beasty is the only one left on water. Myriad now in a very tough spot. 14 fishing boats already for Beasty, and more will be joining.
Yeah, Myriad floating a lot of wood now because he was expected to fight out on water, but now he doesn't really need the wood anymore. Nothing you can really do with it. Trying to get on the board desperately because he wants some food, and Beastie already 1000 food and 300 gold and gonna go castle pretty soon.
Now, with all of the villagers on gold here, Beastie is going castle. Myriad, he's in a little bit of a different spot here. We now see him going for a stable, double stable, trying to get those Kashyyyks out too. This just feels like he is under complete duress, feeling like, hey, maybe I can win it on the land. But I think that ship has sailed, or at least gotten sunk by so many of those demo ships. But Beastie now going to be going for, I'm sure, a lot of vision out here. The Imperial Palace coming out, providing vision of everything and everything around, and with the barracks follow-up. This is a man who's feeling very confident in his food income and is going to be spamming a ton of palace guards.
Yeah, it's gonna be the palace guard all in. It's gonna run around all the map because palace guards are really fast. Palace guards do really well against Spearman Archer combination, so the transition into Kashyyyks is good. But it's still feudal age Kashyyyks against castle age, yeah, palace guards. And Myriad doesn't really have the eco to back this up. Like, he's getting chased away from the boar again. He still has to get his towers up. Beastie doesn't mind losing his spears because there's no use for these spears after his age up finishes.
And they have definitely, even though the age up finished, they got their use, they got the Khan, and that was all he could ever dream of. Now, with this, it just means Beastie's Doomsday Parade is about to arrive. And you can see, rallied right at the front of his base. The fun is about to begin. The pump is about to begin with all these fishing boats. Oh, I can see Beastie just triple investing 24 boats here for him. This is going to be a pretty rough fight. Now Palace Guards here at the front, ready to fight, and Myriad getting a little bit of a shock here as he's like, oh yes, Castle Age units. How do I handle that?
Yeah, Myriad confirming what kind of units Beastie is going, so the Kashyyyks are still a good choice, but he kind of needs Castle Age, he kind of needs some crossbows as well. Meanwhile, Beast already has a fishing eco upgrade and already has +1 range defense and even more upgrades coming in with survival techniques, with horticulture. Once Beastie has some mass, you just can run around and pick on that boar all day, because that's the only decent food income Myriad has right now.
And with the +2 ranged upgrade, you get into such a sweet spot with all those palace guards. And you can see Beastie has so much gold, he cannot even spend it all. Now with all the taxes also piling up here, trying to spend anything and everything he can find, getting drift nets as well. But now those Keshiks, they are the only damage dealers to these palace guards. As we can see, those archers trying to fight, but look at this thing. It feels like he's taking 1 damage at a time.
Yeah, the Keshiks do decent against them, but it's still 4 Keshiks against like 8 palace guards. Reinforcements coming in. Archers are there, but they're just there as spectators. They don't really do anything, and Myriad getting pushed back to his double tower. Does have an arrow slit on it. He doesn't really want to garrison the villagers because he's gonna need that food, but they are forced to, and reinforcements coming in from Beastie. That's another party of palace guards getting ready to wreak havoc.
And this just means those villagers are going to sit idly in the towers hoping for a better day, but unfortunately no better days are underway, with the Keshiks trying to get their little bit of a damage in. They heal on every hit, but apparently the palace guards are just attacking a little bit better as those Keshiks are eventually falling one by one. But the palace guard spam is not stopping at any point, but we see the villagers still in that outpost not giving food, which just means that Myriad is struggling to keep on producing, but he is sticking to feudal for now, just getting as many Keshiks as he can afford to try and fight this. And he is able to clean up a few of these, and with Beastie focused elsewhere, it looks like the tower will be defended for now, but the Keshiks, they are going to start struggling against this with all of those upgrades really starting to work. Now +2 melee attack is going to make this a bit harder. Keshik's doing an amazing job at this though.
Oh yeah, because knights are still a soft counter against men-at-arms, and even with the feudal against castle age, they hit really hard. But the villagers got stuck in the tower for a long time. They should be happy they already got saved. And meanwhile, we already got 18 palace guards. We got multiple military upgrades coming in. We already have 1 melee upgrade, 2nd melee upgrade coming in as well. So there will be a point where they're just gonna run them over.
Now, with all of these fishing boats, 36, that's an absolute disgusting amount of fishing boats. And just like this, we see Beastie's Palace Guard raids. They know what has been poking at them, and he just wants to get rid of that, already getting the burn, but maybe forgetting he's not playing Mongols. He doesn't get those resources returned, but it does feel like a pretty nice push here. Just going out in style, setting everything on fire, and the Kurultai, Myriad is...
29 vills.
He's hoping to get...
that's desperation.
He's hoping to get something. I don't know what it is yet, but he's hoping for a miracle. And very quickly, the Keshiks just charging in, knowing that they get that extra bit of healing from the Kurultai. The villagers in shambles right now, and only now queuing up that veteran Keshik upgrade. It shows you how overwhelmed he has been with all these villagers desperately trying to get into the TC. He's quickly doing a bit of damage, but the Keshiks, they're staying mostly alive. But eventually, the palace guards just run on right through with the villagers, most of them being idle, just not able to support the remake of any of these units, and Beastie still has 30 more palace guards that are about to arrive.
Oh yeah, Myriad would have loved to get that fair before the fight, but Kurultai gives a lot of additional damage. It gives a lot of healing. Khan also has this fence arrow now. Palace guard's gonna transition or switch to the villagers, trying to kill as many vills as possible, just throwing them away. But we still have 30 palace guards more, so even when the Keshiks are stronger and they even are the better unit, they just get outmassed.
And it looks like Myriad is holding on to a dream here, as this is his last chance this week to qualify, but there is still next week. So he's hoping that that TC is starting to be turned into the Japan one, just shoot the rockets, but even rockets wouldn't be able to deal with this heavy mass. But Beastie though, he's got 62 total on food. This man has more resources that he knows what to do with, and being 20 minutes in the game at 140 supply, it feels unheard of.
Yeah, Palace Guards is having a field day, finding villagers on the deer, finding villagers on the gold, and eventually Myriad has to tap out.
Now, I do have some good news for you, Twitch chat. We do have our interview already ready for us, as I did find the man strayly walking around. And now, this is not our usual winner interview screen, but we do have a little bit of a showcase right here. Mr. Beasty, you made it.
Right.
How does it feel to actually qualify for a tournament?
I've done it.
You did it. You
Yeah.
didn't win on Delhi, though.
Hey. What do you mean actually qualify? Chill. We didn't qualify for one, we qualified for the other one.
Okay,
You know,
that's
we'll take
true.
those.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I'm really excited to see that you are cranking. 'Cause
Mm.
you looked pretty strong here, of course. But now you've regulated Myriad to being a caster at the event.
Right, well, it was him or me.
I was actually going to ask you, how do you feel now that you've lost the caster position at the Homestead Cup?
Or
Yeah, of course. I know how you feel about them casters. No? So,
casters making bank.
clearly, you're making zeros of dollars here. But in our case, what I want to ask you is, did you feel that Myriad is looking strong enough for next if he has another opportunity to face off against Baltoon, against possibly Numedan or Marine Lord? Ooh.
I think a
What's
lot
that?
of it is going to come down to the brackets. Because it's only players going, so a lot more heavy matches. And Canadians signed up. Greater role.
Yeah, that's one thing I think most people are worried about. The Canadians. If the Canadians come in as our dark horses. Oh, yeah, you need to. Give me a second. I'll just move it closer to him, guys. I need to bring the microphone to his mouth.
Can you hear me now? Test.
Yeah.
Audio is cutting.
Yeah. It's microphone was all right. Now, with all of that being said, you know the list of players. Let's quickly go to the brackets. And tell me, how do you feel about these? You are facing off against B, Anatant, Vortex, and Lucifer already. Chances against those. Practice.
I mean, pretty good, but it's like the tournament is like 2 months away. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
it's not like we're playing tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, you have 2 months. How are you going to prepare for the next 2 months?
Are
Are you going to play League of Legends?
I might be running Cyan top.
Sion.
A lot of Cyan top and maybe some Teemo here and there. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, you just heard it. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is anything else you want to say to? I honestly don't know what to ask you. I know all your strategies. I know your top laners. I know how you play ADC. I know your mid laners as well.
True.
Do you have anything else to say to the Homestead Cup crew?
No, but I'm trying to get some players to shave their head for the tournament. So it'd be amazing if we all did it, like doing like a sub goals where we shaved our heads, you know, for like 5K, 6K, 7K, 8K.
That's a really good idea.
But I don't know if they want to do it, but it'd be pretty good. No, not Marika.
I'm not gonna shave my head, guys.
I mean the players.
Yeah, I wouldn't shave my head for like 20K. Calm down. Shave it for like 50K. If I had 50K in my pocket, maybe. Yeah, I would. I would shave my head for 50K.
Damn.
There we go. I think I found my prize. What about you, Bot? What would you shave your head for?
Oh, depends if Vortex is joining the subscription party, getting shaving bald. Like, that would be fun.
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't know what price.
He also doesn't have a prize.
No. Like, I think it's not really about the
Vortex
price,
would-
but
oh,
if people could like, yeah, if I could help my kids with shaving my head or something, that would be easy to do.
He said if he could help his kids to shave his head, he would shave his head. That's kind of sweet. I would do it for Totter as well. If someone was like, Totter needs you to shave you, I would shave my head instantly. Yeah, I get it. And she's not even a kid. She's a dog. So The right cause. Okay, guys, we found it. Vortex joining. I don't know. Vortex is pretty heavy on his hair. I don't think
Vortex
he's...
can just shave his beard.
Yeah. Ooh. And the little mustache. And the...
I don't know, but yeah.
And the goatee.
goatee. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a tiny little mustache and a goatee. And then we also have... Who's the other person? Marine Lord wouldn't shave
Marine
his
Lord
head.
bald.
No.
Yeah, he would never do it.
No, Marine Lord has an image to uphold.
Lucifer would never do it.
You don't think so?
No.
Lucifer has a pretty good hairline, but...
I think Anaton would do it.
Yeah, Anatan's 100. Anatan's already in, but Demu... I don't know if Demu would say yes to this.
They should wear a wig for like a week.
Yeah. Would that be the goal?
Well,
God, this
yeah.
is derailing so much.
Like if they wear a wig for a week, if they're bald,
Hmm.
they have to wear it all the time.
I think Doncon hit the nail on its head there. Due to being bald, Vortex has been disqualified from the Homestead Cup too.
Wait, Pastor has a good point. Them was to glue everyone else's hair. See, that's a
really good one. We just... Okay, I'm in. Guys, we can make a mismatch wig. I'll get the hairdresser. I'll ask her to get me some head glue and do it. And she can just
I don't
stick all
think
the...
they would do that.
I don't know. Maybe she would. For the right price? This is Serbia,
No,
after
she
all.
would. I don't think they would.
Okay, guys. But anyway, next series is going to be Marine Lord Numedan. Score prediction.
I mean, probably 4-0, 4-1.
We do have a favorite here, it seems.
You know that Malian game? I had no idea Malian could produce that many units. I never played against it.
I was actually like Malian fishing. How did you?
Yeah, I was just like...
But you played Delhi again. I thought we talked about
No, but
Delhi.
I had... So basically, I knew that he's going to pick OP civs.
Yeah,
So I could just pick whatever, and I have OP civs.
smart.
I had Byzantine and China left, and Dushi and all the
Yeah.
and
Good draft.
OTD.
Good draft. Good draft.
Thank
Okay. Well, congratulations. You now qualify. Give me your hand. Oh, are we going to show them our handshake?
Ow!
Oh, okay.
Come on, come on! Oh my god.
Okay, let's do it again. Doop. Okay. Doop. 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 Doop.
You're so bad. It's
We-
really not that.
We,
Rick is always like,
we have a secret handshake, but I don't know the handshake.
it's literally boom, boom,
Probably
boom,
because
boom,
it's secret.
boom, boom. That's it.
Yeah, the secret handshake is too secret for me to know.
Tell me I'm gonna shave my head. Okay. Get this guy. Remember his name.
Okay.
Unless you're balding.
Yeah. Okay. Watching two extroverts with one introvert on stream. I'm sorry, Bot. He's a
Yeah,
very
no,
good
it's
introvert
fine. It's fine. I'm used to.
to dealing with this.
yeah. Dealing with all kinds of situations. You know, you experience a lot of situations in school, and
Mm.
you know, and I'm married for 8 years, so I've been through all of it.
So you also have a secret handshake. That's what you're saying. Saying.
Yeah, but it's so secret that we never use it because other people might find out.
That's a good point. Yeah, guys, me and Beasty we're a bruple. Like we have a secret handshake and everything. But yeah, yell kids, says Bart. But guys, we'll be back in like 3 to 5 minutes while we get ready for Marine Lord Numedan. So we'll be right back, guys. See you in a second.